Fred Dibnah has spent 27 years restoring his traction engine, and now at last it's ready for the open road. Today is day one of his big journey. He's setting off on a grand tour of Britain in search of everything that went into building and running an engine like this.
I'll start moving now.
Like the traction engine men of old, he plans to stay in his living van.
Come on back, Fred.
But first, he's got to get it out of his garden. He's due to leave in half an hour.
You ready? Yeah, keep your fingers crossed.
But there's a problem with the brakes, and it's costing them valuable time.
I can't see nothing here.
Now, don't put too much on, you're going to have it right, gate post, aren't you? More off. What are you doing?
Whoa, don't look alright.
Right.
But at last, after a 2-hour struggle, they succeed in getting it out onto the road.
I'm knackered and we've not set off yet. Right, flashing light on the back.
There we are. Oh, not somewhat right there.
Well, after a few trials and tribulations, at long last we're ready for our epic journey. Well, the first thing we need is plenty of coal, so we're off to the coal mine.
It's 12 o'clock before they get going, 2 or 3 hours behind schedule already. Whichever way you go out of Bolton, it's all uphill. So it's an early test for the engine.
First day this, nobody's come to us, but that's what we're doing. I can't hear you, I'm getting this here.
Their destination is an open cast mine between Wigan and St Helens. It's only about 14 miles from Bolton, so it sounds simple enough to get there in a day. But Fred's engine has had a complete rebuild, so a few teething troubles are to be expected. And they soon start. They're only 1.5 miles out of Bolton, and some adjustments are needed.
We've run out of steam and run out of water. I mean, that's a big hill for a traction engine. From now on, it's all downhill, and it's fairly flat, so we should be in with a chance, like, no guts in it, you know, at all. Yeah. Not happy with it at all, you know. I think I'll sell it. Did we ever do it with that mechanical lubricator? Because it isn't working. What it is, it's that there. There's no oil going in the cylinder, so it's like running dry, you know, which is not good, you know. If you did that with your motor car, it wouldn't get very far, you know. You'd start making squeaky noises and stop. That might be all right now. Right. Traction engine. Donna were right, you know. Should have sold a lot and bought a stamp collection. You can carry it about in your back pocket. And it's worth just as much money.
Fred's steersman is retired miner Alf Molyneux, and all of this is a bit new for him.
Real. I don't go near that pavement. Go in here a bit, put some coal on. Come on, wind it all the way.
There's entrance here.
Eh?
There's entrance.
Dentist.
Right. There's entrance. Keep clear.
Oh, yeah, well,
Right.
we'll not be here, that one.
You don't want blocking, do you?
No. This is the life, innit? Life on the open road, yeah. You see why they invented diesel engines?
These things weren't really designed to be driven in traffic like this, and 11 tons moving at around 10 miles an hour doesn't stop in a hurry. It's hot, thirsty work. Time for some refreshments soon.
Yeah, bloody sign weren't there.
Over there. All right, here.
That one's camped out there with Sue. Just park here.
At least it's got the locals interested.
You're clear there. Blocks in. Well, who made this jacket? Well, you can't put your glasses in top pocket. It must be 10 or 14 miles to here. Yeah. Considering we aren't doing too bad. It's 3:30.
It's all right for you, you've only leave it push.
I have to stop it though when it's going too fast. I think we'll get to this open cast mine. They might all have gone home, but we'll get there, you know.
Tea time already, and they're still 4 or 5 miles away from the mine.
Where's the rake gone?
I hope they've not left yet. That's your fault.
This is the man who owns the mine. I've forgotten his name.
Stuart.
Eh? Stuart, yeah. Yeah.
Well, you don't want to have tonight then?
Well, we're not that bothered. Is there a good pub near your pit?
Yeah, not far away.
You've got a decent car park?
Yeah.
Oh, well, we'll eat then.
You won't mind you parking up.
Oh, very good. Yeah.
I'll see you about midnight then.
Have you... Not that bloody far, is it? It was supposed to be a surprise visit, you know.
Right.
He gives me coal, this lad, you know. I don't have to pay for it, he gives it me.
Don't hear.
It's been a long, hard day, and it's all been a bit of a disappointment. Time to find somewhere to stop for the night.
Is this the pub? There's something amiss somewhere, you know. It should go better than it is doing. Number one, the mechanical lubricators fell off altogether now, you know. It's hanging on top of the boiler. Yeah. The thing is, we've hardly any coal left. You know, we've earned out coal. You know, like the steamroller, we've got the big firing shovel, we've forgotten that, we've forgotten the big rake. With all the excitement, we've forgotten half the tackle.
But are they going to be able to park up here?
Would it offend you if we parked our machine at the end of your car park?
Of course it will.
Eh?
No, it'll be fine.
Because we'll sleep with it tonight, you know, we're coming on the point with you.
Oh, right.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, you would stay overnight?
Eh? Oh, yeah, don't leave that, you know. It took 27 years and 2 divorces to get it to the States. It's not performed as well as I thought it would. It's only teething troubles, I think. You know, it's like there's something come loose somewhere, I think. It goes better backwards than forwards. There's something amiss.
It's not run away, this. We can hold it back.
You what?
No, we can hold it back.
You're bloody kidding, mate.
No, it's not so heavy.
This van weighs nearly 3 tons, so there's going to be a lot of hard work in store.
We burned a bit on way here. The end of a perfect day, you know. We found a nice pub that does grub, and it looks nice and safe, you know, for the engine. And you know, we'll spend the night here before we go to the open cast coal mine in the morning. So good night. So see you later.
It's 6 a.m. Time to get steam up.
What sort of weight is this, Fred?
It's 8 ton.
8 tons.
Mostly in motion, isn't it?
Is that what you want in here?
Yeah. We're gonna
Jimmy Crooks, another retired mining friend, is following in his car to provide the backup.
Not power-assisted steering.
No.
Plenty playing this steer.
Hey Fred, you need an MOT for one of these? Not an MOT, it's the boiler inspection, you know.
You have a look at it, see if it's roadworthy.
Yeah, well, no, they never. That's the funny thing. They never actually ask you about its mechanical condition. They're only interested in it in the boiler blowing up. And of course, there's some of them are positively dangerous when it comes to going down big hills and all that. Nobody asks you about the state of the gears or
the brakes.
the brakes and all that. Like, yeah, some of them have no brakes. Like,
Only two gears.
yeah, forward and reverse. Slow and very slow.
Oh. Joel's here, Jimmy. It follows Fred this, doesn't it? Eh? Where are we now, Jimmy?
Billinge.
Billings. Well, where's this bloody Dire Straits place? He keeps
Dire
on
Straits
about it.
Aye?
Fred keeps saying we're in Dire Straits.
I don't know.
I hope we're not going to it.
That's what we was in yesterday.
I mean, it's the longest journey we've been on it. And I think really, considering we didn't leave till lunchtime, and we were here at 7 o'clock, and it's what, 10, 14 mile or something like that. With all the things that went wrong, I think we did bloody well get here.
How's that? Good as new, that.
So hopefully it'll be a bit quicker today.
Maybe, yeah. I can't promise you nothing.
Can't go yet.
No, we're not going. We've got to have a brew, haven't we?
The lady's making
Well,
a brew.
we've got to have a brew and get some water in boiler.
Give us key,
Where can we
Fred.
get water
Give
from?
us key for locked doors.
Key for locked door. Don't know.
Well, it's not in the doors. All right, might be in there.
We haven't used it this morning.
I might have hung it up on a nail in there. Aye, it's all about the joys of traction engine owning.
Well, it's a day late, but they've only got another 2 miles to go, so they should be at the open cast soon.
Straighten up.
Oh, we made it.
This morning, believe it or not, it's performed very well. You know, we've not run out of steam, we've not run out of oil, and also we haven't forgot the rake for blinkering the fire. And oops, wait a minute. What have I done? I've done something very silly. I got carried away, and the bloody boiler's going to be full up to the top. As soon as we move it, woof woof out at funnel. We're not concentrating, you see. Be acting as well as trying to do this. It's a big thing for a brain like I've got.
What's happened is that Fred has injected too much water into the boiler.
Yeah, these people, Jack, are on and off the bloody thing, you know. Give us the spanner back.
This means that water will get sucked into the cylinder with the steam, and that's not very good for the engine. So he's going to have to open a valve near the bottom of the boiler to get some of the boiling water out.
What do you say, out?
No, I can't see nothing.
No, I just think, you know, there were 70-odd coal mines around here in the 1950s.
A lot of employment
Yeah, really.
around here, weren't
Coal industry in Lancashire were mainly round Wigan and Atherton Lee, and for, you know, basically for the cotton industry and all. And slowly but surely, in 1960s, it all but disappeared. Nothing at all left of it. And how many thousand men worked in it, you know?
Well, I think there were a spell when everyone
Yeah.
would be connected in one way or another to the coal industry.
Mining,
There was
mining,
that many.
yeah.
But today, fewer than 500 people work in the mining and quarrying industries combined. One of the only places left where coal is still extracted is this open cast site.
Do you think it would have been dark down here, Fred, when there was
I'm sure, yeah.
working?
Yeah. Well, with them little one candle power oil lamps, though, they aren't they?
It used to be a proper coal mine, and this passageway was once part of the underground workings.
You're not coming back round here, will you?
No, it'll be all right, Fred.
Right. Look at that, yeah. Oh,
Cut
it
it quite straight though, didn't they, to be fair? They did a good job.
Right, sides are flat.
They left a coal roof here.
Yeah.
But you'd have thought they'd have worked wider.
I'd have thought they'd have been wider than this.
Yeah, but they've worked it without props. So they've obviously took as much as they do. There's no props in it at all.
And we're wide.
What
no
age are these workings? Any ideas?
They're around the 1930s.
What's that seam up there?
Well, if you look at the top there,
Yeah.
that's the Wigan 5-foot seam.
Right.
And what they did with that, as you can see, they've got a good sandstone roof on it.
Yeah.
So they've took most of the coal. They left very little coal in that.
Oh, yeah.
Did you not find nothing? No artifacts of any kind?
Found a few rails and
Oh,
a
did
couple
you?
of tubs.
Oh, right.
And the only thing we found in the Wigan 4-foot is a few bones, which we think was the ponies.
No.
Yeah.
Good jobbing.
Yeah. Never seen the light of
He
day.
went down and never come back up. Well, Chelsea with no roof on them when it had a roof, innit? Look at that, Jimmy.
Yeah.
That's a fair crack, innit?
Yeah. That's had a bit of weight on it, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Hey up, Fred, he'll drop on your head.
Oh, we'll get a degree in geology. Yeah. Yeah.
There's going to be none left soon though, Fred. This could be the last
degrees?
I'm saying.
casting.
Is
It's the
it?
last one in Lancashire now.
Like the chimney job, you know. We'll never be doing it anymore. Manchester Evening News, this is your last one, innit? So, no, if I can bloody help it, it didn't, you know. Like, yeah.
And now we go and get coal in there, Al. With difficulty, I imagine, we're going to have to find something to push it to back. I've no doubt Stuart or somebody will find a couple of mugs to hold it. Me and you.
And then you can just stick job up with it. It's the bit spared in all day.
We'll not fill it to top that with his eyes back.
As ex-miners, Alf and Jimmy are both on familiar ground here.
Because it's shoveling coal, they don't want to have a row. You get to the pub, is it first in? Oh, first in at the pub. Hey, Alf! I found a rabbit hole. A bull's hole. There's no enough props up there for me. Throw some of them bags up by me. You ready, Jim? Yeah. And if I catch you by a toy lamp again, you're in trouble.
Where's Fred?
Fred? Well, Jimmy said he's gone pub half an hour since. He should be back now because that's last bag.
Belly's too big, really.
You want some assistance?
Yeah, stop there.
You want me to get it down?
No, just stop there.
Right.
Oh,
How you doing, man?
yeah, I've not come back, but you know
Yeah.
we've just put last bag in.
Well, there's plenty of room there now for if we get a wheel.
Jimmy said he's gone pub.
No. If we get a wheelbarrow now, oh, he's coming with some bags, so we'll get some more in. But if we got a wheelbarrow and shovel and boom, was it all up top, you know?
We'll show you when we're on the last shovel pulling. Come on and do
I
that.
won't go with them buckets. All right, anyway, we'd better set off there for Astley Green.
Yeah.
At Astley Green, they've got a great big winding engine and a pit headgear. And we're going there for camp out overnight, and then we're going, we're off to the Lake District next. Are you ready?
When you yeah.
I'll try, I'll see
Climb
if I can
aboard.
climb up. Yeah.
Next stop is the Astley Green Mining Museum. But first, they've got a problem which needs some urgent attention. Because, as well as coal, water is fundamental to generating steam power. If it runs low, which it is doing now, they'll be in big trouble. So they'll have to find some quickly.
Get on the step load quick, see? Yeah. we've got a standpipe for hydrants. Now, them hydrants are very important things. And the water people haven't been round and lifted lid off for 10 years. Eventually, they end up full of mud up to top. And you arrive in your steamroller and you lift lid up and it's just mud.
Don't overdo it. There's a lot of pressure in there.
What would have happened if you'd not found one just then?
Well, we could blow the plug out and we'd be here all night then, you know. Get sacked on railway if you did that, like you did it. You're saved. Right? What you do is put the tap handle down, turn it on and blast all the mud out, you know, so you've actually done the fire brigade and the water company a favour. You've cleaned out the hydrant for it free of charge. Bad news, then. Turn it down. I've had one irate guy on a bicycle, you know, one of them littler types. This is illegal and what you're doing here and all that, like pinching water off the North West Water Authority. Yeah. You know, I still say you're doing a good turn, you know, the water people. It's capable of doing 50 miles on one fill up of water. And it's always circumstances, you know, like all along flat, no hydrants. And then you come suddenly over the crest of an hill, it's a bloody great hole, you know, and the water disappears. Off the railway men are pretty fortunate because it's probably level. With a traction engine, you don't know what's around the next corner, you know. You should have a dipstick, really, but I've not got around to that yet.
When you go up like...
Hey up! Quick, guide the hydrant.
Go that way instead of this way!
There's a safety plug at the bottom of the boiler just above the firebox. If they'd not filled up in time, this would have melted and put the fire out. Then they wouldn't have been able to move the engine from here until the plug had been replaced. And that's a big job. In 1950, there were 70 collieries around here, employing 55,000 people. But from the mid-1950s, the industry went into decline as the pits began to be closed. Now, only the Astley Green Mining Museum survives to tell the tale of coal mining around here. It houses Lancashire's only surviving pit headgear and engine house.
Yeah, right, well, I think we'll stop here for tonight and do a few repairs tomorrow.
Yeah. And I'll show what it I could eat a bloody flock bed.
Have a look round at the winding engine, eh?
Yeah.
And climbed up there once, you know. I'll just turn this off. They had a lot of bother in 1908 when they sunk it, the water. It's
yeah.
7/8 line with cast iron tubbing,
yeah,
isn't it?
Yeah.
Lady Pilkinson, of Pilkinson glass firm,
the glass
cut the first sod in 1908.
I can remember riding in here. I worked here for a spell at 60s.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was coal winding shaft, this.
Hey, coal?
Coal winding shaft. Yeah,
it must be one of the biggest, you know, that's been around, you know, eh?
Yeah.
When you look at it, it must weigh a few 100 ton, eh?
I believe they're in process of getting monies together for get it repainted and refurbished properly.
Bed really up, you can see a few holes in it.
It's worth saving, there isn't many left now.
There's none left round here, is there?
No, there's none round here, but...
This is the last one in Lancashire apart from ours.
There isn't that many.
Apart from ours.
In country, is there?
It's got to be worth a big grant from lottery people.
Yeah.
Keep it stood up, you know. If you want to open a ballet school, there'll be millions for you, you know, but not for paint something like that. Which has kept a lot of families in bread and butter for a long time.
Yeah.
Ever go and have a look at winding house?
If you want, yeah. Oh, it's a fur machine, this, isn't it? Yeah. You only ever made 3, you know. One for here, one for Yorkshiremen, and one for Africa. But this is the only one that survived. Could do with putting a bit of ale on it, wouldn't they?
Biggest in Europe, this, isn't it?
Eh?
It's the biggest in Europe.
I would think it must be one of the biggest steam winders in the world. Really, if you think about it. The fur castings, them, how did they get them from Blackburn to here?
With difficulty, I imagine.
Yeah, traction engine.
I tell you, they put some work in, these Astley Green lads, on this engine, haven't they?
Oh, yeah.
What a connecting rod.
Yeah. Fur job, isn't it? Want to have a closer look.
What are you doing, getting it bloody cylinder?
Eh?
Are you climbing in cylinders?
Well, no, I'm just looking at the ginormity of it all, you know.
Have you got a spanner to fit then?
The key in here and all the tattle, you know. You could have a game of tennis in between cylinders, couldn't you?
The power to turn the winder came from 16 Lancashire boilers, but all these have been cast aside and they'll never raise steam again.
You managed to get 3 Lancashire boilers. You know, looking too bad a nick, do they, really?
No, it's pretty good. What's inside like?
I don't know, until you go in. You got to undo that door and have a look inside. This one here is a modern one, this one. Look at that. Corrugated flue tubes, you know, inside. So that were for the expansion and contraction.
You'd be able to change tubes on this one.
Yeah. Yeah, but there's less and less work in it, if you see. It's the front plate is one big pressing. Others have got all this stuff riveted to it, you know.
Yeah.
I bet that's as late as 1960s or 50-something, you know.
That one looks in damn good nick, doesn't it? Yeah.
They're all 3 of them different. There've been a few men killed with these, you know, rolling round, you know.
I imagine.
Yeah.
You don't know what's wrong with them, do you, have they yet?
Well, it's easy to get inside. I could tell you what's wrong with that. You undo them, you can get right along bottom in between these 2 fire tubes. And then on top, there's another big door that you can get in, and you can walk along top. The thing is, you've got to look for big, deep pit holes. And then these here, see these?
Well, them's pressure tested, same as your boiler.
Oh, yeah, just same. Yeah. See these here? Inside there's 2 pieces of angle iron, then a bloody great lump of inch plate, and then if you look on the outside, there's more of it, isn't there? And you see on the outside?
Yeah.
Well, them are called gusset stairs, and they stopped that weak area there being pushed out.
Pushed out.
Oof, a mammoth piece of boiler making. Let's go for our tea, come on. Go for our tea.
Next day, they've got a long journey ahead as they head for West Cumbria in search of the mines that provided the iron ore for an engine like this. And Alf's still trying to get the hang of his steering.
Pull away. I'm watching it. Yeah, but when you do that, you go out the way over there.
And for the engine, there are big challenges ahead as Fred and Alf negotiate some of the hills of the Lake District on their way to the iron ore mine near Whitehaven. And there's a pleasant little interlude on a steam yacht on Lake Windermere.